Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. So this is a late night / early morning, depending where you're at on planet Earth, update in regards to Cyberpunk 2077. So the game just launched earlier this last week, and it has been bug crazy, glitch crazy. People have been generally upset, especially if you've been playing on base consoles of PS4 and the Xbox One. It's been virtually deemed unplayable and unacceptable by fans of the game. People were waiting to see if CD Projekt Red would come out and actually address the situation, because we've seen all the reports, we've seen the reviews, we've seen people very mad. Well, literally right now, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, December 14th, 2020. CD Projekt Red has released a late night statement. So we're going to go ahead and read this. Again, I played the game on Series X, and I really didn't have any huge game-breaking glitches or bugs. I had the typical open-world Skyrim-esque glitches where people were sitting and floating in halfway through the air or in the ground and stuff like that. But here we go, guys. We're going to read this. This was posted on their official Twitter, and you can see it is already getting a huge response. You can see the amount of likes and retweets already hitting this thing. It says, "Dear gamers, first of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered." So this was a concern that I presented actually in some of my videos leading up to it. All the reviews that we saw leading up to Cyberpunk's launch were PC game reviews. We only saw what PC game reviewers experienced, what they rated it at, and there was 5 out of 5s and 9 out of 10s. One brave outlet gave it a 7 out of 10, which I feel is fair. And if you watched my review of Cyberpunk on the Xbox, I gave it about a 7 out of 10. It wasn't the world's most best video game ever, but it wasn't the worst. However, I feel it was still shady of CD Projekt Red to not let people review the console versions. They were hiding how buggy it was. Regardless of how you want to spin it or how you say it, they didn't want reviewers to trash this game ahead of time. That's also why they did not want people to stream it early if they received it from a retailer. That this is all evident now. I'm not trying to be rude about it, but look how the base console versions were. People are asking for refunds. Sony is literally refunding people that purchased it digitally. People are upset. So let's go ahead and say it. It says, in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase, which was correct. People weren't able to gauge whether this was something they would want for themselves because we didn't see console footage. They go on to say we should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And that's a fair statement. I'm going to play devil's avocado real quick. I feel that if they didn't have to worry about making it playable on next-gen consoles like the Series X or the PlayStation 5 or even PC to an extent, it would have performed better on base console, PS4 and Xbox One. I feel when you brought the next-gen of gaming into the equation, they had to make a lot more resources available for it to run on the newer models. I mean, they got a next-gen update coming soon. I feel there was like too many hands and too many chefs in the kitchen. They did do a lot of clutch work. They did a lot of overtime. But when you start to add new technology on top of old tech, the old generation is going to get lost in the shuffle. I think that is what happened. I think the PS4 and Xbox One programming and development got lost in the shuffle of next gen, and unfortunately that's what happens. Look how old this game was in development. It was like 7 years. They were originally planning it just for the last gen, but then when you get the next gen added on top of it, that's when it became a complicated mess. I know, it's frustrating. Anyways, they say, second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience, which, yeah, I'm sure they will. CD Projekt Red, for the most part, they seem like a good company. They seem like they won't screw over their fans. They're giving free DLC and updates. They said the first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. So we're getting another update in a week. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. So that's good. They're going to be keeping a close eye on this to make sure that the game gets put together well. Now, there's a huge, double-edged sword to this. People wanted this game already. They were tired of the postponements. They wanted this released, and CD Projekt Red kept delaying it, kept putting postponements, kept trying to make it perfect, and eventually gamers are starting to get fed up and upset about it. The new gen was out. They were kind of put between a rock or a hard place. Personally, I feel maybe they should have just waited it out another month. Maybe another month would have done something better. They could have waited it out a little bit longer, ironed out the kinks, and they wouldn't be put in this position. But gamers are the squeaky wheel that squeaks the loudest. They would have thrown a fit if it would have been postponed again. No matter what you say now, hindsight's 2020. People are going to say, yeah, the game should have waited longer. But let's be real. Before this game launched, people were fed up with waiting on it. They wanted it out already, and that's why the game's not complete. So it says, after the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. So they're saying by February, you should have all the prominent problems done. This isn't, this is in a perfect world. I'm sure stuff could happen and change, so just hold your breath on this. It says, we will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of the release. They won't make the game on last gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. So that's reassuring. Hopefully they're on top of it. It says, finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you're not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. Holy smokes! CD Projekt Red is all about the customer service here. If you're not satisfied at all, refund your copy, is what they're saying. That is ballsy for a game company to do, and I gotta applaud them. You know what? I gotta applaud them on it. It says, for copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system of PSN or Xbox, respectively. For box versions, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at helpmerefund@cgprojectred.com, and we'll do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for up to a week until December 21st. So they're giving you a week, guys. If you're not satisfied, if you want a refund, you got a week to get your money back. And then this is humbling, and it has the staff of CD Projekt Red. And it says, P.S. PC gamers will also be getting regular updates and fixes improving the game. So you know what? I'm going to tip my hat off to CD Projekt Red for coming out. I remember when No Man's Sky was met with all of its criticism and people pissed. The developer was gone for the longest time. They were gone. CD Projekt Red looks like they're on top of this, on top of the feedback and the criticism. They're offering the refunds. They understand completely. Again, I feel they were put into a hard place when the game started to be co-developed for cross-gen, when it was base-gen and then now in next-gen, and they're focusing too many resources on everything. They probably got so far behind because of the ambition behind this game, and you gotta give them props. This game was ambitious for all of its problems, but yeah, it was not ready to be released on console. So good on them for offering these refunds, for addressing it, for apologizing to the fans, for admitting that it was a mistake that they didn't release any base console footage for this game. Again, that was a bad move on their part to not give any review codes for console releases. And I'm not saying that because I'm an entitled reviewer that deserves to play the game before anybody. It's because people deserve to know what they're going to be spending their hard money on and could judge it for themselves. And they came out and admitted that. So I applaud you, CD Projekt Red. I'm looking forward to seeing all the updates because I personally enjoyed the game myself. I gave it about a 7 out of 10. I played 3 of the 5 possible endings already. I'm going to be still streaming it and checking out to the day. I had no problems with it on a Series X. But for you guys with the base consoles, if you're not happy, get your refund. Or you can wait for these updates in January and February. So, Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.